when I hear that it shoots me right to that moment. Boom. Oh, that one. And when I was a kid, my dad got into a fight with the neighbor. They were drinking buddies, but the neighbor was probably like 10, 15 years younger.
Yeah.
And,
Oh shit.
And they passed out at the neighbor's house, and my dad went to wake him up and say, "Hey, I'm going home." And when he got up, he said, "Nobody ever wakes me up when I'm asleep." And pow, he started fucking fighting my dad, dude. And at 7 in the morning, at like 6, 7 in the morning, my dad ran to the back door, and we had been up at the old house, and we had a fold-out sofa, and we were kids, and we'd all watch Project Terror on fucking Friday or Saturday night. So we were all asleep on the sofa. My dad came banging on the fucking back door. But I just remember hearing that and jumping up and going, "What the fuck is that?" Because it stopped. And then it did it again. And then it stopped. And then I remember thinking, that's not for me. Someone else can get that door, right? I was a kid, though. No one was yelling anything.
That's somebody else's dad. That's not my
dad. On the door. They didn't. And so I just laid back down, and then bam, 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 bam. And then my mom came down and opened the door and just started screaming, "Ah, what happened? There's blood everywhere." And oh shit. And we all sit up, and my dad's chin was bleeding. He had a beard, so you couldn't tell from where. He had a beard like that. But he had blood dripping all down. He had a t-shirt on, and there was blood all over the t-shirt.
Damn.
And he said, "Call 911. Jesse went crazy," or some shit like that. And my sister started screaming and crying, and he yelled at me, "Go get the bat!" And I was like, "What bat? We didn't have a bat, dude."
We have a specific bat to get.
We never even had a bat. Like,
here you go, Dad.
I asked him, "Dad, can you buy some bat?" "We ain't buying you a bat now. You know how much a bat costs in here. Let's go get the bat." And I was like, "What bat? I don't go get it." And I was like, so I just fucking went and hid around the corner and shit. And I remember my brother is 7 years older than me. He was like 17, so I must have been 10 years old at the time. So I was still a little kid. And my brother used to hang out with that neighbor. That neighbor was a cool dude. I guess he was just I guess he was probably doing.
Don't wake him up.
Hothead?
Yeah, just don't wake him up. And so that he said, "Me and Jesse had a fight." I woke him up to tell him I was gonna go home, and he just started punching me, and he had a ring on, and he cut my chin. And then the next thing you know, here comes that dude Jesse, and he walks up to David. He starts telling my dad, "David, nobody ever wakes me up. David, nobody. My wife doesn't wake me up. No, everyone knows not to wake me up when I'm asleep." And my dad goes, "Jesse, step on in. I want you to step on in the kitchen. Step on, because the kitchen is at the back door. Step on in." And he steps in. He goes, "Now I'm going to tell you something. You hit me in your house. Now I'm going to hit you in my house." And whack, dude. And they just stayed there listening to, really? And pop. He hits him, and they fucking fall on the ground. And my dad had him in a headlock. And he's punching him in the face.
Come into my kitchen.
and now my mom's screaming, my sister's crying, and my brother's standing over him, like not knowing what to do. And I'm in the den, like, oh shit, like what the fuck do I do? Yeah. And
you killed the intruder.
My dad has him
Take
in
his
a
shoes,
headlock
take his
and
shoes.
is punching him, and the dude just had his hands around my dad's waist, and they stop, and he looks at my brother David and goes, "David, you better get your dad away from me, or I'm gonna hurt him." And my dad had him, just punching him in the face, and my dad punched him a couple more times, and then he's like, "Get up!" They got up, and he went home, and probably within a month, that dude moved out.
Oh shit!
And they lived in a duplex next door. It was a duplex. People were always coming and going.
Scared. Right? Somebody beat me up in his house.
He woke me up, and I lost the fight.
He punched someone. Yeah, I made him bleed his own blood.
So like that freaked me out. Like, and so those two things right there, that door kicking and that fucking raiding, like shoot me like, wow, what the fuck? Is my dad fighting or am I getting raided? Like.